Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Steve Taylor Community Connection. It's certainly an honor and a privilege to be here with the boss on my far left, Mr. Steve Taylor, and in the established seat, the seat to be in, the center seat, Mr. Brad Toft, who's the extremely talented CEO of our Ys here in Toledo. And Brad, welcome. You know, I was trying to make a list before I came over here of all the things that the Ys do in our community, and it's an impossible list. I mean, kind of give the folks that, everybody knows the Ys, but I don't think they know the Ys, because you've expanded and it's so much more than, a daycare option or summer camps. And it's way, way, way beyond that. Maybe give us some of the outer things that people might not know.
Oh, for sure. I appreciate that. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on, and grateful for all you guys do for the community. You guys are great community partners for so many organizations.
Thank you.
And you're what makes the community go, honestly.
You.
But the Y is a big organization. We do so many things
that,
people know. Like you said, we have our wellness centers, we do swimming lessons, but people really fail to, I think, fully understand the depth of what we do. We really try to focus on 3 core areas. 1, helping kids be successful in school. 1, help the community become healthier. And 3rd, bring people together. And we have really committed ourselves to having measurable outcomes in those areas. So in our helping kids be successful in school, we serve about 1,200 kids a day in our child development programs.
Wow, 1,200.
Yeah.
Huh? Wow.
Yeah, and what's cool is that we follow a curriculum, and our goal is to help them really on kindergarten readiness, is help kids be successful when they enter school. And we have outcomes that we prove that we do that. Before and after school care, we serve a bunch of kids, and our focus today is really on the social and emotional well-being because of the challenges that kids had during the pandemic. In the health space, we do so many things. We have a whole bunch of chronic disease prevention programs, heart attack and stroke prevention, blood pressure monitoring, a youth weight management program. Those are all outcome-based, and we're serving a large number of folks in those programs. And then the last area of bringing people together, it's a little fuzzier by nature, but we partner with a lot of organizations. We have documented partnerships with over 500 different organizations in the community. Our scope and size, I think in a lot of ways, we're the glue in the community for a lot of work.
You're the hub, and all the spokes kind of go off the Ys.
All the good work that happens in our community, we're a big part of that.
Well, you're speaking Steve's language when you said measurables. Steve does so many things, and he's so creative and talented, but he wants measurables.
Correct.
Because you can say you're doing these things, but if you can't measure it in any way, it becomes obtuse,
Oh, exactly. And I would tell you, I've been in the Y a long time and been in Toledo about 10 years. The Toledo philanthropic, I say that right?
Yeah, you got it.
You got it. Community is very well educated, and they've really demanded that we have measurable outcomes. And so we know our our preschool program, in our own internal measurements, what their skill set is in terms of being able to be successful in kindergarten. And in our after school, we have a measurement tool that we measure the social and emotional well-being. And we've learned that we are helping kids, and we can prove it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So, I think everybody knows about the Y as a place in the community to go to work out, to swim. I played basketball in a men's league, ugly basketball, but I played at the Y. Kids swam there, did all sorts of stuff. And it's such an important part of the community. But talk a little bit more about what you're doing with the young kids, because I think that's something that I was even surprised to hear all that you're doing. And 1,200 kids a day too. Talk a little bit more about that, and maybe even let folks know how they can get involved. Maybe they
for sure. Kids we have a whole bunch of youth development programs, and it's the things from swimming lessons to basketball. We have a tremendous resident camp called YMCA Store Camps, which is a tremendous facility in place for kids to improve themselves. We do our youth development programs in our child care. We have arts and humanities. We do dance. We do just a lot of different things. And the intent of offering those is we want kids to come to us to be able to engage in activities that they enjoy and that they like. And they wouldn't know that they are gaining the skills that they need to better themselves and to overcome the obstacles they have in life.
Oh, that's a great point. How many locations are in Toledo?
We have 11 YMCAs within our footprint, most within the Greater Toledo area. Our newest Y is in Adrian, the Frank and Shirley Dick family Y.
Okay.
We partnered with that. They used to be an independent and all became part of us. And our tremendous camp is part of that a lot.
Yeah. So a lot of growth. You said you've been in Toledo for 10 years.
Yeah.
What kind of growth have you seen with the YMCA over those 10 years?
We have evolved a great deal. the whole focus on those 3 core areas has really been the driver of things. You know, we've been going through a very deliberate capital development process to try to improve our buildings. So, for example, we're building a new Wayne and Palmer Y right now in partnership with the city of Toledo.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's
Exciting.
And what's cool about that is that facility, you know, right next to St. B's downtown is, we're going to try to bring as many partners we can with us there. So TPS is going to offer Head Start. We have the Toledo Northwest Ohio Food Bank. It's going to help us with our food pantry. We have a group called Tackle that's going to provide mental health services. And then we have a community health worker that is placed there as well, that families can come and access all sorts of services that they need.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you see down the road for the Y in Northwest Ohio?
You know, we will continue to work in our focus areas. We have a couple of other capital projects that are very important to our the work that we need to do. Our next project we're trying to get going is a total renovation and expansion of our Sylvania Y. We'd love to improve our Wolf Creek Y. Camp may have some improvements on the horizon. We're just working the process. We're committed to not building until we raise the funds to do it.
Sure, you get that 100%.
And are working. I've come to the conclusion I got 7 years left to work. That's all I'm going to be doing between then and now.
And that's so wise fiscally. You know, sometimes people get ahead of their skis and it causes, you know, problems. And you and Steve operate the same way. If he's got the money, he'll do it. If he doesn't have the money, it's, hey, wait a minute, we're going to back off. So one, I thought it was a genius move, and I would be interested in your observations of it, putting the Y in Start High School. You know, I thought that, how genius is that? You've got all these kids, you've got the Y right built into the school. How has that gone for you?
So it is very, very tremendous partnership. If you come there after school, you know, from 3 to 6, you will see 100 kids that are either participating, hanging out, doing homework.
Right.
You know, it's the role that the Y should play in a community. To be where the kids are, so that we can better serve their needs. And you know, one of the things that I haven't mentioned is that we're very proud that we turn no one away due to inability to pay. So a couple things, we have income-based pricing. So as a person comes to us, we show them the categories, they can get a reduced rate. For those that needed more additional help, we provide that immediately, and if they need more help than that, we work to get it for them.
I was so glad you said that, because that's the perfect segue, because I was going to say, you know, Steve wouldn't say it because he's such a humble guy and so generous, but you and Steve have partnered. You're going to pick 5 families over this 12 fiscal months that we have, and Steve's going to pay their membership because they're in the category of, you know, just really couldn't afford it right now. So how great is that?
Yeah, I'm just so grateful for that. You're going to make a difference in the lives of 5 families tremendously.
Happy to do it.
You know, those families come to us. There's a lot of factors that have put them in a place where they need help.
Through no fault of anyone. You know, somebody loses a job, somebody gets sick, whatever it is.
But those parents still want to get healthier. They still want to engage their kids in activities, and we're proud to be able to do that.
I know Steve's proud to do it. So.
You know, we appreciate all you do in the community, and I think, you know, a lot of times this show, it shows and highlights things that maybe people don't realize. You know, everyone knows about the Y, but I think it raises awareness that, hey, there's a lot more to the Y than maybe what meets the eye, right?
No question, So thank you for the opportunity to talk about it today.
We appreciate you coming in. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Steve Taylor's Community Connection. We'll see you next time. Have a great one.